old.
The big 32.
Feeling every day of it.
It's old that, man.
Feel 42. Hey, so today is my birthday. I'm 32 years old and feeling every single day of that 32 years old as well. And it's a very strange birthday because I'm not on Facebook, so I haven't had 2,000 strangers wishing me happy birthday. And I'm a bit sad about that, but luckily my Instagram peeps have had my back today. So already had a really great morning with Ivy, Amy and Bert, of course. Had cake for breakfast, obviously. Ivy stole my balloons straight away, which was a bit annoying after she'd kept me up all night. So woke up a little bit tired, but yeah, best birthday feeling ever, waking up with Ivy. So today I've got a busy day, so no special birthday at the zoo or any of that shit anymore because I'm old, but it's still a special day because I'm doing what I love. So Louis is with us again to get some vlogs done. We've just wrapped up the San Diego vlog already. We're going to get a vlog done today. I've got a live show coming up with Stephen Craven. We're going to talk about Facebook ads. Then I've got a coaching call with OFB students. I've got a call, again, in regards to Facebook ads with a guy called Brad in San Diego. Then me and Stephen are going to rebuild our entire paid marketing strategy. When I say we, I mean Stephen, and I'm probably just going to mess about a little bit. And then tonight I've got a call with the Mac Nutrition Mentoring Lab members, a Facebook Live in that private group talking all about email marketing. So a busy birthday today. So let's crack on with it. Any questions you'd like me to ask him, post them in that box. So it is 1:45 and our Facebook Live show interviewing Stephen Craven starts in 15 minutes. And he's not even here yet. Still not here yet. Standard Stephen behaviour. The fire alarm is going off in the building, which is just ridiculous.
We're dropping that much knowledge and fire, and the alarm went off.
It's my birthday vlog, mate.
Yeah, but what are we actually doing for it though?
Well, it's my birthday, so I thought you were going to surprise me.
I didn't even know it was your birthday till Amy posted it this morning.
Alright. Where's my cake?
Same place mine was.
Where's my present?
Same place mine was. Yeah, go on.
Where's Ivy's Christmas present?
At home, wrapped up.
Oh, that old chestnut.
No, it actually is.
So, to overcome that pain, I decided to give. I'm going to give instead. I'm a giver. Take that however you like. So, Stephen doesn't know this yet, but what we're going to do in today's vlog is give you our top 10 lessons from being business owners for the last 15 years.
Ish, give or take.
So, top 10 business lessons turning 32.
Pow.
Is that a good title? Top 10 business lessons for my 32nd birthday.
No, they're both terrible.
We'll figure it out. So this is off the cuff, right? So this is off the cuff. Number 1, don't waste time doing shit that makes you unhappy. Right? That is the number 1 business lesson that I have learned.
Definitely should have finished with that.
I've got some other good ones now that the brain is ticking,
okay.
the clogs are turning. Cogs are turning.
Clogs are turning.
Number 1, don't waste time stuck doing things that make you miserable, because you don't have to. As a business owner, the one good thing about being a business owner, you literally get to choose what you want to do.
Yeah.
So don't stick doing something that makes you miserable because you're worried that other people will think bad of you for changing. Right? It's not failing when you realize that, oh shit, this isn't what I want to do, I'm going to do something else. That's not failing. When I sold the gyms, a little bit of me was like, have I just failed at being a gym owner? I didn't. I just realized that I don't want to do it anymore. So I did something else. And if you're ever in a point where you know it isn't what you want to do anymore, stop. Don't waste any time. That was my number one. Number two.
Number two, which follows on quite nicely from Suck's point and first point, but a year is not a long time to try something and fail, or to try something and decide that you don't want it. I've gone down particular paths in business and worked with people and worked in situations which were outside of my comfort zone, and realizing that that wasn't the path for me is as valuable as finding something that I really wanted to do, because it told me that it wasn't right and I can park that thing and move on. So investing time, although it seemed like a huge investment, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, putting a year into something, it's very Gary Vaynerchuk, but at like 32 I still feel like I've got so many years ahead of me that I could potentially be doing something completely different in 5 years, 1 year, 10 years from now. So me investing some time into something new and something that interests me, that I don't know if it's going to work, but it's worth investing my time into, is definitely worth it, because it could mean some amazing results afterwards. But I've got no fear about investing that time, because in the grand scheme of things, touch wood, I'm here for a long time, and so that investment in time is worth it for me to find something that A, could be amazing, or B, isn't right for me, but knowing that fact.
Number three, don't bury your head in the sand. Like, if you are experiencing hard times, struggles, something needs confronting, confront it. I've been in situations in the past where, for example, in the warehouse where we used to sell shoes from, you would have seen in vlog number 1 that I showed you.
Linked below.
Yeah, linked below.
Is it?
Maybe.
Okay.
I didn't pay business rates for like 6 months. I just forgot, right? I just didn't do it. It was when we first moved into the warehouse. So I had a huge bill just piling up. I just buried my head in the sand. I was like, I just can't deal with that. All I had to do was call them up. And when I did that, they're like, oh yeah, no worries. How much can you afford to pay? I was like, oh shit. Imagine if I would have just done that 5 months ago, 4 months ago.
All the sleepless nights.
Yeah, exactly. Same with partnerships, business partnerships. If there's a difficult conversation to have it as early as possible, because the longer you leave it, the more likely it's going to just blow up, right? Because there's so much suppressed like negativity from both parties, rage, right? So never bury your head in the sand. I can't express how important that is, because it will, like Stephen just said, prevent so many sleepless nights if you just do the hard thing, right? Do the difficult thing. So that was number 3. Don't bury your head in the sand.
4. Oh, that's 8. 4. Like 95% of success is just showing up every day. Is just being consistent. Is just doing the work. There's no like secret formula. There's no like hacks and hints and tips and tricks. There's no like way of circumventing it. It's just showing up and doing the work, doing a good job, and just doing the graft that most people don't want to do. The amount of trainers that I've seen fallen by the wayside, the amount of businesses I've seen fallen by the wayside because that sense of entitlement of, oh, it's just going to come to me. I used to be really heavily involved in an app development company, and people had come to us with this great idea, and they build this app, and it was a great idea, but then that was the end of their journey. It's like, well, we've built it now, I should now be Facebook, or I should now be Uber, or I should now be Instagram, or whatever. It was, right, we've built it, so everyone's just going to come to us and now buy from us, or make us millionaires or billionaires. Just showing up, doing the work, just going out there and conversing with people about your idea, about your product, doing that hard graft and that work is 95% of success.
Yeah, and just carrying on from that point, the opposite of that is, or the downside of what Stephen was mentioning, expecting to be successful, is just entitlement.
Yeah.
You aren't entitled to shit when it comes to being a business owner at all. Nobody owes you anything, nobody owes you success, you don't deserve success, unless you are literally putting in the work. Cool. What number are we on?
That was 4.
Number 5. I forgot what I was going to say because I just added to your point. Number 5. Oh yeah. One of the biggest things that separates our most successful students from other students is their willingness to just go and discover shit themselves. Investing time in going to Google or YouTube and just figuring shit out. Instead of being that person on social media who goes, I'm going to do some more videos. What video should I buy? And asking me, I don't fucking know. I can barely use this. And so I'll answer and say, I've got a Panasonic G7, but I usually use my phone. Okay, cool. How do you light it? I stand near a window. The room I'm in hasn't got any windows. Go in another room. Can't. Go outside. It's too noisy. Buy a mic. Which mic should I buy? Go on fucking Google. That's the answer so often, right?
Yeah.
And all it takes is some self-discovery, and that's figured out in like a minute, right? But the need to have it's almost getting permission. You don't need permission to go and just figure that shit out for yourself. Yeah. Figuring out which is the best camera for you, you're gonna get that from a 15-minute YouTube video. Yeah. Figuring out the best email subject lines to get the highest open rates. Yeah, of course there are people that know that, but you could probably Google it and find huge amounts of research into what works. And to be honest, most of the time I share an article from Google that has all the data rather than me trying to answer it myself on that particular subject. But everything can be learned and consumed, right? Yes, invest money and time in people who have already been there and done that, so they can cut out all the mistakes and time wasted. But the ability to just go and figure shit out yourself will separate you from everybody else. That was number 5.
Yeah. Good example of that was your new URL thing. You could have waited till you got home, sent it to someone else, sent it to me instead, figured it out, built it, set it up, and now use it in every video.
Yeah, so what Stephen's talking about is mooreonlineclients.com. Go there if you want to get more online clients. And that is a website that
seamless.
It was. I just set up myself. It's ugly as hell, but it works. People can apply to work with us there if they want to get more online clients, more leads, learn how to work with clients better online. And I figured that shit out myself. Again, I can barely use this, but I wanted to get that done while I was in San Diego that night, so it was ready for the second day of my event. So I just figured it out, and I'm very proud of it. What number go?
6. Number 6 is being a jack of all trades gets you so far. There becomes a critical point when you just become a busy fool, and I figured that out end of 2017, so not like that recently really, not that long ago, quite recently, is that I was, to the detriment of the results we were getting for clients, to the detriment of my own health, sanity, to the detriment of the relationship I had with friends, with colleagues, and with family and my family at home, was just being a busy fool. And being aware enough of knowing that I'm good at a section of my business, and bringing on support and help to allow me to just focus on that is one of the biggest things that stopped me being a busy fool, like I said, and stopped me being just someone who was running around like a headless chicken, shooting video, editing video, doing like splicing audio, working in project management for the agency, writing copy when I wasn't, perfect at it. All those things that I was doing that could have been easily, and have now been thankfully easily taken over by an expert at a cost in terms of the time I was spending doing them badly, which is much more cost effective for us, has meant that the level of service that my clients get has gone up as a result. The fact that I was spending 8 to 12 hours a week editing client video meant that I couldn't spend 8 to 12 hours of time being better at the job that I was doing for my clients. The fact that I was traveling the length and breadth of the country shooting that video meant that there was another 8 hours of traveling involved where I could be better served doing campaign stuff, which is my area of expertise. The fact that I was trying to build an internal system to manage my clients when I could just go and find a project manager who we have now in the business called Chris, who built a system for us and knew how to do it because he'd worked for a company doing that before. So being able, there's a tipping point, and I guess what I'm trying to say is being self-aware enough to know that tipping point is the key, because right at the start of a business and right at the start of a venture, unless you're cash rich, you can't just go and start pulling a team together right away. But knowing that you're getting to the point where you need support and help is one of the best skills that I wasn't born with. I learned, and through advice from peers like Suck and other people that I look up to, saying, look, I think this is the time when you need to find help. That's what helped us to be able to actually really grow a business as opposed to have a job serving my clients.
What number am I on?
7.
Number 7, the negativity illusion, right? So there's 2 points to this. One, you will give far more weight to negative feedback than you will to positive. For every 10 amazing comments that you get on social media or wherever, you will brush them off like that if there's one negative one. Don't do that, or realize that you're doing that. A bit of self-awareness. And something else that ties into that is you have to protect your ideas from negative feedback. You will be amazed at how many perfect ideas have been not implemented because somebody has told somebody else an idea and the feedback wasn't glowing. So what I mean by that is, if you have an idea for your business, something that you either want to implement within your current business or a new business, be careful about who you tell that to, because other people don't get it, right? You might have friends that you love, family that you love, but if you tell them this amazing idea and they don't get it and they highlight something that they think won't work, it's going to plant that seed of doubt, and maybe you'll never run with that idea because this clueless person had a bit of negative feedback. You'll give it far too much weight. So 2-part point here. 7A, beware of the negative illusion from feedback you get publicly. 7B, don't ask for feedback from people who won't get it. And that includes the closest people to you. Protect your ideas, because harping back to 7A, that negative feedback that you get, you will give far too much weight to it when it's coming from a source that just doesn't have the insight or knowledge to whether or not they know what they're talking about. 8.
Number 8, so it is 8 this time. Feeding on from ideas. This is very Gary Vaynerchuk, but I actually think it's a really good point, is you will have ideas. If you're in this entrepreneurial sort of business space, you will have new business ideas pretty regularly. And I'm not going to do the Gary Vee thing, ideas are shit, everyone has them, that type of thing, because I think creativity is something that gets suppressed from a very early age in most people, so having that is amazing. But make sure that you're giving your previous ideas enough time to develop, and it comes back to that patience point, before just jumping from the next thing to the next thing to the next thing. I was at an event this weekend, and one of the other attendees dropped me a Facebook message, added me on Facebook, dropped me a Facebook message, just having a little chat yesterday whilst I was travelling home. I was on the train, and she was asking me what I did, and I mentioned a few different things that we did, and she went, oh, I really want to do that, oh, I really want to do that, oh, I really want to do that, and I was like, cool. And I asked her what she did, and she couldn't really give me a great answer about what her business was right now. And, you know, her circumstance might be completely different, and it might, you know, she might really want to make a transition into something more like the things that I do, and which is great. But it just seemed like she hadn't probably given herself enough time on the things that she was doing right now, and just wanted to move to new shiny object or new strategy or new thing. And so having the patience to really give it your all, like we said previously, and being self-aware enough to know that when something's run its course, it's run its course, or when something needs more work and you just haven't put the time in, it needs more work. It is a really, really key skill.
Number 9, entrepreneurship is really fucking hard. Being a business owner is really fucking hard. It's sold as a dream now, or something that's fashionable and cool, right? Yeah. And it can be, right? It's the hardest thing in the world, but it's the best thing in the world. But if you aren't prepared for that hard part, you're in for a shock, because you're gonna get punched in the face every single day. I think that's another Gary Vee thing,
it is,
right?
You're
gonna get punched in the face every single day, and sometimes you're gonna get punched hard, right? I've been sued, I've been plagiarized, I've been let down by people who I thought were friends. I've been so broke that I couldn't afford a Chinese takeaway on any credit cards. I've had to sit my wife Amy down on 3 separate occasions and say, I think I'm going to have to file for bankruptcy. And they are really tough moments. But I accepted that that's just part of the struggle. Maybe going that far isn't something that you should accept, and it's not for everyone who's a bit more, maybe if you're a bit more risk averse. But there are going to be times where you're touching cloth, right?
As a proper British saying, by the way.
where things get really tough, be aware of that, because if you're not aware of it, not prepared for it, then you ain't going to make it. All right. And even if you are aware that it's going to happen, don't let it crush you, because again, you won't make it. And if you find yourself just getting beat up over and over and over again, and it's affecting your happiness, your mental health, then have an honest conversation with yourself about whether or not this is for you.
Yeah.
And there's, harping back to maybe my first point, if it's making you miserable, stop doing it. If you spend a year and it's completely destroyed your mental health, you're unhappy, your relationships with your loved ones are destroyed, go and get a job. That's a positive action to take, not a negative one. No. And don't let anybody selling entrepreneurship as the dream tell you otherwise. There's nothing wrong with having a job. It's the right thing to do for some people. Number 10.
Number 10 is, unless you want to add something afterwards, but my biggest sort of takeaway from however many years in business is get comfortable being able to sell and sell yourself, sell your product. So many people that I speak to are like, have this like natural recoil action when someone mentions sales or selling themselves, selling their product, and that's just a shit attitude to have, because sales and being able to sell your service, you're doing people a good deed by selling them the product if they genuinely need it. Obviously, if you're a scummy bastard who just sells people stuff that they don't need or want, that's different. But if you're providing a service which is ethical and you ethically think you can get that person results, you being able to sell and verbalize how your product gets results for people is a great thing and is a good deed, and you're doing them a good deed by being able to sell to them effectively. So being comfortable with sales is one of the core skills and core foundations of being able to run a business successfully, because like I said before, with the app development side of things and my previous point, just having this business sat there, like I've got all this infrastructure worked out, I know how I'm going to deliver my program and my service, and I know exactly who I want to work with, and then just sitting there at that point isn't going to help anyone. You aren't going to actually get any clients, you're not going to be able to provide the service that you want, and you're not going to be able to help them move from where they are right now to where you want them to be and where they want to be, unless you can sell your product effectively. So that would be one of the core fundamentals of business advice that I give anyone, is be comfortable being able to sell yourself and your product.
I 100% agree. The best thing that you can do for yourself is sell your services. That's how you pay your bills and eat food. And the best thing that you can do for your audience is sell your services, because that's how they actually get results. Because for every 10,000 followers that you have, one person will implement your content and get results. Yeah. But if you sell to those 10,000 people, 9,999 will get results if they work with you, right? As long as you can actually help people, right? So be comfortable selling your services. Yeah, 10 things. That was completely off the cuff. I feel like it went quite well. Maybe a little long, but it's okay. It's my birthday, so allow it. Vlog number 3, 30-second birthday vlog. You did it. 30-second birthday vlog. Cut.